I appreciate that, that caring support, but I don't need it.
And a Metro mom has her own battle to fight against cancer. But tonight, find out why she's so focused on the next 100 miles.
From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 9.
Well, this Mother's Day weekend, an Leesa mom is preparing to bike 100 miles. She's training for the ride that benefits cancer research, but she's taking on this major race as she fights cancer herself. Fox 4's Megan Cloherty joins us now with this inspirational story. Megan?
Well, Stephanie, before her diagnosis in May of 2008, Leesa Gabel was an average woman, focused on her family, not overly active. But since she's heard the word cancer, Gabel has sped up, running marathons, taking on 5Ks left and right. In less than a month, she'll tackle a 100-mile bike race. This was no breakfast in bed. Leesa Gabel started her Mother's Day by lacing up her tennis shoes with her 6-year-old daughter, Ashley. Joining thousands of other Metro moms for the Mother's Day 5K, an event, but not a far departure from her morning routine.
Where I get up at 5 a.m. to 3 days a week to go to boot camp for an hour.
But it wasn't always this way.
It took cancer to get us this active and to do all this.
Gabel has an incurable type of cancer called chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Only a few weeks after her diagnosis, an idea hit her.
Yeah, let's run a marathon. And it just sounded, I don't know, it just sounded like a goal.
Gabel and her husband Craig now have the running bug, as you can see. Her next event, a 100-mile bike race. With support from her friends, she's working again with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's team in training to raise money for Metro cancer patients.
You haven't done her Mother's Day run?
But as she fights those hills, Gabel is also fighting cancer in her own body.
People are just like, oh, I'm sorry. I appreciate that, that caring support, but I don't need it. I'm good.
Gabel acknowledges some days are harder than others, especially now that she's back on chemo. But she says keeping goals keeps her going and feeling good. Now, you can find a link to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and team in training on our website, fox4kc.com. Just click Seen on TV. Working for you, Megan Cloherty, Fox 4 News.
And an inspirational Mother's Day story. Meet a mom who's not letting cancer slow her down. Fox 4 News at 10 starts right now.
From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
Well, most of us wouldn't take a 100-mile bike race, right? But that's exactly what one Metro mom is doing. The inspirational story of a cancer patient fighting to stay active and stay positive through her life-changing battle. Well, an Leesa mom is setting out to accomplish a 100-mile bike ride next month, and she's doing it to raise money for cancer research. But as Fox 4's Megan Cloherty reports, while she's training, she's actually also battling cancer in her own body, Megan.
She is, Stephanie. When Leesa Gabel got her cancer diagnosis 2 years ago, for some unknown reason, she didn't slow down to process it. She sped up. Her afternoon walks went into overdrive when she and her husband, Craig, decided they wanted to start running marathons. Gabel was diagnosed with incurable chronic lymphocytic leukemia last May of 2008. And while she's back on chemo now and has lost her hair, she says she's just as active as ever. Today, she and her daughter joined thousands of other Metro moms at the Mother's Day 5K. But it doesn't stop there. With help from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's team in training, Gabel plans to bike 100 miles in June.
And there's days I'm like, oh yeah, I have cancer. Duh. I shouldn't be doing this, but then there's other times it's like, I have cancer, big deal. I'm going to have this for the rest of my life.
Pretty amazing woman. And Gabel says if she crosses the finish line, she plans to get a tattoo to celebrate. And we wish her luck, of course. To learn more about Leesa Gabel and cancer resources across the Metro, head to our website, fox4kc.com, and click on Seen on TV. Megan Cloherty, Fox 4 News, working for you in the newsroom.